Please, sir.
Leader of the Senate.
Yeah. Mr. President, electoral matters. Mr. President, very distinguished colleagues, the minority leader had not stood up actually to second my motion because apparently we were not ripe for that. The special advisor to Mr. President on National Assembly matters is on his way with the nominee. So in view of that, Mr. President, I would move that we step down, we stand down the third order of the day to enable us to take the fourth order of the day, which is the presentation and consideration of the report of the Committee on Capital Market on the sale of Lafarge Cement PLC to Chinese investors. Mr. President, you may wish to invite distinguished Senator Izunaso Osita to move the motion for the Senate to receive and consider the report of the committee.
Well, first, the minority leader. Do you accept that we step down the item and move over to the next one? There are two motions there.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I rise to second the motion moved by the Senate leader to step down an earlier motion that was moved. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that we do step down the confirmation hearing to enable the special advisor to get ready. Those in support of the motion say aye, and those against say nay. The ayes have it. Then please, Senator Izunaso, you have the floor on the capital market.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Senator Osita Izunaso. I represent Imo West. Mr. President, I rise to move that the Senate do receive and consider the report of the committee. The report of the Committee on Capital Market on the federal government to halt the sale of Lafarge Cement PLC to Chinese investors in the interest of national security. I so move, Mr. President.
You have proceeded, Senator Ojus Okalo. Okay. Senator Jim Ibrahim.
My name is Jim Ibrahim. I represent Senator and I rise to support the motion moved by the presentation of the capital market report by the chairman of my committee, Senator Uzunazo. Thank you, Mr. President.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that the report on capital market be presented to us for further deliberation. Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. You may proceed now to lay the report. Yes, you may wish to put just the synopsis and summarize the report.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I will just go straight to the synopsis and the recommendations. Mr. President, the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, at its sitting on Thursday, 27 March 2025, deliberated on a motion urging the federal government to halt the sale of Lafarge Cement PLC to Chinese investors in the interest of national security, and referred it to the Senate Committee on Capital Market for further legislative action, as per the vote and proceedings of Thursday, 27 March 2025. Mr. President, the committee, after an extensive deliberation with the major stakeholders regarding this motion, Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, the committee's observations are aimed at ensuring that all aspects of this monumental financial move were thoroughly evaluated and understood. This will not only uphold compliance with regulatory framework, but will also protect the interests of consumers and national economy at large. The findings derived from the discussions encapsulate the concerns, expectations, and strategic consideration pertinent to the substantial transaction with the contents of Nigeria's evolving market dynamics. In summary, Mr. President, the committee findings will serve as a fundamental reference as discussions progress regarding the future of Lafarge Africa PLC under new ownership and its potential role in driving growth and innovation in the cement industry. Mr. President, in conclusion, the committee, having looked at all the submissions of the government agencies involved in this transaction, is of the view that the transaction does not breach any instant laws and has not presented any security or economic risk to the country. We therefore recommend that the Chinese investors who seen Cement PLC reinvest more and upgrade all the existing plants. Furthermore, the committee emphasized the need and necessity for processes of this nature to always adhere to all laws and regulations guiding such transactions. We so submit, Mr. President. But before then, we want to thank Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues. On behalf of the committee, I thank you for the attention and the opportunity to serve you better. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, this is George Zakalo.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Ojo Zakalo. I want to thank Senator Oster Izunaso for what he has done. Nigeria economy is an open economy, and we do not want to stop anybody investing in Nigeria. We need more foreign direct investment for people to come and invest. I do not see anything wrong in a company buying over another company. There is nothing wrong in that. So it is in order, Mr. President, under your leadership, that we are supporting foreign direct investment. And these are kind of investments we need. People in the world are watching. People in Africa are watching that Nigeria's doors are open for new investment under President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. So I want to thank my colleagues in that committee for sustaining the business environment and allowing the Chinese company to buy Lafarge. It is in line with our laws. I so support, Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Yes, Olamileko.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleague, Adeola Solomon Olamileko, representing Ogun West Senatorial District in the Senate of the Federal Republic. Mr. President, let me thank the committee who have gone on a fact-finding mission concerning the transparency that is involved in the transfer of ownership of Lafarge Cement from the original owner to the new owner, which is a Chinese company. Mr. President, distinguished colleague, I will vividly recollect that we brought a motion to the floor of the Senate concerning the sale of Lafarge Cement. Mr. President, we are not against foreign direct investment into our country. We are not against in promoting business in Nigeria. But what we are saying is the transparency level that is involved in the sale of this company. What we are saying is that given Nigeria the first right of refusal, having been in the country for close to almost 100 years, we felt that holding of 16.19% by Nigerian investors is not enough. That if we have a Nigerian company or a Nigerian investor that can pick up the stake of the original owners of this particular company, we should be given that first of right refusal. Yes, sir. It is in this National Assembly that we passed the Local Content Act. And what does the Local Content Act tends to achieve? Is to protect Nigerians, is to protect our interests. As we speak, if you go to the oil and gas industry, no contract is awarded without Nigerians put it into consideration. And this has worked considerably well for us. We even went ahead, setting aside 1% sum of all contracts awarded in the oil and gas industry to be paid to the Local Content Act, which is deposited with the Bank of Industry. And what is that fund for? It's to empower Nigerians to be able to invest in the oil and gas sector. So what we are asking for, as much as I agree with the content and the intent of what this report is trying to tell us, but we are saying, is the right of Nigeria, is it well protected in the transaction? Is Nigeria given that first of right of refusal? Holding 16.19% is not enough. What if we have a Nigerian company or an investor that can take charge or take ownership of this company? That is our argument. That is what we are asking for. And what is the role of SEC in all of this transaction? We are not against foreign direct investment. We are not against promoting business in Nigeria. But what we are asking for, Nigeria must be protected. Nigeria must be given the first of right of refusal. We accommodated this company for over 100 years, almost 100 years. We give them necessary protection. The corporate social responsibility, what level of implementation? We are not asking that. That's not what we are asking for. But we are asking that is Nigeria is Nigeria given the opportunity to see if they have the capacity to acquire this company. Yes, the transaction might not take place at an international level, but we know that that transaction cannot go through without all necessary regulatory bodies in Nigeria playing an active role in the sale and the disposition of this company. So, Mr. President, as much as I agree with the content of what this report says, because what I've seen in this report is that the committee has only gone on a fact-finding mission, and what they found on the field is what was reported to us. But the real issue that was raised in the body of the motion that was laid before the Senate was not addressed. Was not. So if the much they can do is this, I want to say that we are not satisfied. We know the company has gone because the transaction has almost been concluded. But going forward, Mr. President, this is the Nigerian Senate. This is not Senate of any part of the other country. We don't have any other Senate than this Senate. So Nigerians must be protected to the last. So, Mr. President, distinguished colleague, I commend. But at the same time, I said, I am not satisfied because the committee never addressed the real issue upon which the motion that was laid before this house was predicated upon. I so submit, Mr. President.
Well, I don't want to preempt the decision of the Senate, but I think that to a large extent, you are right, because the issue was insider trading, and then was also the fact that there was a lot of secret